Alright folks, I'm going to show you how lesser magic works. And predictive programming is pretty much the same thing. And it goes hand in hand. It has different, layered purposes for different meanings, different dualities. But ultimately, you've seen since, the 1950s, since the first Living Dead movie, that they had plans to turn the masses into Walking Dead, I mean, you're technically on paper as a corpse, or a Walking Dead corpse that has no blood to spill. You have no say, no right, no anything, So ultimately, the punishment fits the crime, so to speak. So they tell you in your face so many different ways how they're going to do us. And people see this and they think it's make-believe or whatever, but consistently throughout your entire culture of pop culture, you've seen references from the 50s and to the 80s, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Walking Dead, your favorite TV shows, whatever, and then you got World War Z. Now, what lesser magic is about is kind of like a villain when they have a person tied up, and it's all based on free will, like in the same fashion. Like you have a person tied into a chair and you reveal the plans to them right before you pull the trigger. So as the trigger is getting closer to getting pulled, they're starting to reveal what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. Okay, Rudy, they say that he was infected with some rabies virus or whatever. Then the World War Z movie comes out with Rudy in the intro credits. I know you probably saw that. He was on the causeway or whatever. But there's also a pattern to it. I'll discuss that in a second. But as the trigger gets pulled a little bit more and more, they reveal a little bit more about what this is. And as you can see, people are being flocked together. Alright? So, people are being flocked together. A little bit later, they tell you they're going to be flocked to signals. See what I'm saying? So now you got cell out right now, and they're all connected. All these producers, they all know the same plan. They reveal it as it goes, almost as if it was like one big show. So this one shows you how humans are being manipulated by their cell phones, and they're going to be attached to cell phone towers. They're going to be attracted to cell phone towers, and they're going to flock in groups, and they're going to be rabid. And these people are going to be, they're going to strip naked and run around, and they're going to, dismember animals and other humans, and just all kinds of crazy stuff's going to happen, apparently. And they're going to run in flocks, which you're also going to see. It's always the, see? When everyone's connected. So this is I guess the opposite of everyone being connected with the earth. This would be like the perversion of that. When everyone is connected like that, all in flocks, no one is safe. Ha! Messed up. So, yeah, they show this to you consistently, rub this in your face, because they want you to be cool with it. And it's part of the lesser magic. It takes the blood off their master's hands, who is obviously Lucifer, who doesn't want to consent against people's free will. They want you to consent and go into this. Check out this pattern here. Alright, so Rudy Eugene, the face biter from Florida, which was a real attack that happened in real life. This dude chewed this man's face off. There he is, butt naked, chewing a man's face off. Alright? That happened in real life. And when did it happen? It happened May 26th. So May 26th, Rudy Eugene, bath salts outbreak followed that. You know what I'm saying? Now there's a new one. Alright? It's this Flacca outbreak people are talking about. Let's see that. On what date? It hit the news May 8th. Okay? Look at this. First it was bath salts, now it's Flacca. Come on. We all know what this shit really is. Come on now, this is nothing but that fucking shit that they're getting ready to do to everybody. Okay. They're just lying. They're telling us it's a drug. Look at this guy, butt naked. Again. Bam! Smashing into windows trying to get to people. Look at this shit. Cannibalism, self-mutilation. This dude jumped on the fucking car and he was thrown off from the vehicle and just kept running. So, alright, so this is real life right here. Bow! That's real life right here. This is really happening, yo.
Sometimes, however, what comes out of that experience isn't what you'd expect.
But it's like a beta test. So let's check it out. Let's go back to our timeline here. Check this fucking shit. It's gonna blow your fucking mind. May 26th, Rudy Eugene, Florida, bath salts outbreak after him. Now it's this rabbit attackers, naked attackers popping up again. 4 years later, on May 2016, Flocka outbreak. We just saw that, right? If this pattern is consistent, May 2020, which is 3 times the charm, which is lesser magic, would be the real outbreak, perhaps, which would make room a year later for Agenda 21, perfectly in the year 2021. It's like a pattern I'm seeing between these two. So if that's correct, right when Trump takes a 4-year term, it should downhill, it should spiral down. You can look at all of his videos back in the 80s when he's like kind of saying, oh, well, if I was president, everything and all this, and if I went down, the country goes down. Just check it out. You'll see it for yourself. Just Google that shit. It's really there. But I can imagine somewhere around this time, everything's just going to go to shit. Like literally now everything's going to the head. You've seen all the race wars, all this fake economical collapse when we know the money's not even real. They're printing it. As the trees grow, money's being printed. I'm telling you. There's no shortage of money. There's no economic collapse.